Now, one of the things that we know about China is that they announced a massive stimulus which is going to help into boosting the Chinese economy, including the Chinese equities. I mean, this is one of the main reasons, or some of the reasons why we've been seeing the Chinese equities on the rise, which is something that is pretty exciting. Even billionaires, they are starting to see, or they are seeing a massive potential into the Chinese equities because of this massive boost which we saw coming from China. You will know that this big stimulus coming from China includes mortgage rate cuts, boost lending to consumers, funding brokers to buy stocks, and bank loans to support buybacks. This is one of the main reasons why we've been seeing Chinese equities on the rise. Now today, Deutsche Bank came out and announced the amount of money that China will be issuing to support or give a massive support onto this big stimulus, which as soon as going to notice that $1 trillion, it is the amount of money, or over $1.1 trillion, it is the amount of money which Deutsche Bank will be issuing or will be taking out to give boost to its economy, which is something that is massive, something that is incredible, because apparently if they do as they are saying, this will be the biggest stimulus China has ever seen, which therefore means we need to brace ourselves for what's coming, because these stimulus, you will know that it is about to go into implementation now in Q4. It is aimed at giving a massive boost into the market, into the economy, into the stocks right now in Q4, which we need to brace ourselves. What we have been seeing from these Chinese equities is nothing compared to what we're going to see right now in Q4. The surging that we've been seeing onto NEO, companies like NEO, it is just the beginning of what might unfold after China has indeed injected this $1 trillion to boost their economy. So I'm happy, man. I'm excited, and to get to see this is the amount of money that China is planning on injecting for this massive stimulus. This is something that is just so amazing, incredible to see China being able to do this. So tell me what you think about this, man. Deutsche Bank, you know that is one of the companies that is very also bullish onto our favorite stock like NEO, and this or them covering this, it's pretty interesting, because when it comes to Chinese equities, NEO is one of those companies that Deutsche Bank is very it's really has been following for quite some time, and they always give us the guidance of what to expect, and in general, all in all, they are bullish onto NEO, which is something that is just pretty exciting. So 1 trillion or over 1 trillion is what China will be bringing or boosting their economy with by this massive stimulus they announced a couple of weeks ago. And I think you and me, what we need to do right now is to sit down, watch how it plays out, this whole thing, and if everything comes as planned, or if China really inject this money as planned, then it's lights out, right? We need to brace ourselves. Short sellers really need to obviously make sure that they do the right thing and probably close their short positions, because once these get implemented, then this will mean one thing, and that is blue sky is coming. NEO is going to get massive gains, because brokers will be getting money to buy some stocks, or to buy stocks. The banks will be giving loans for company buybacks, or to help with company buybacks, which is massive, something that is incredible, and this is very massive. I mean, billionaires are even coming, big financial institutions are even coming and wanting to be part of this, which is why we've been seeing them loading the boat, increasing their holdings onto Chinese equities. It is for these reasons that even hedge funds are starting to get margin calls on their short positions onto Chinese equities, because the rally has been happening for quite some time. And guess what is that is doing to the short sellers, to those that are bearish? They are burning. This is burning the short sellers, which is something that is not, which is something that will teach them a lesson on of not overdoing stuff or not overshorting stocks, because at the end of the day they will burn, especially if those stocks are growing fundamentally like what we are seeing on to most of the Chinese equities. I mean, most of the Chinese stocks, Q3 deliveries, they reported record-breaking deliveries, which shows you that companies are working very hard and are growing, but the market has not been giving the fair gains onto these Chinese equities. And I think it's high time we see this happening. It's high time we see Chinese equities being rewarded for the kind of fundamentals they've been accumulating over the months, which is something that is pretty exciting. I mean, Deutsche Bank said this stimulus could potentially become the largest in history in nominal terms. If this indeed comes to play, it's lights out. What we are going to see, I mean, big guys are already seeing the potential that lies within this big stimulus. And boy, I must say, if you are not part of the team, or if you are not part of the community investing onto these Chinese equities, you are definitely going to be left behind. And of course, these are just my opinions. I'm not saying go and buy Chinese equities. You need to do your own due diligence, your money, your decision. You make a decision. But as for me, some of the other retail investors, we are going to continue investing onto Chinese equities, because we know one thing, and that is the blue sky is coming. I mean, the new stock today opened down 4%, and yeah, man, I still feel or believe that it's not over yet. We are still going to see the stock price, share price of NIO heading towards the double digits, which is what we are patiently waiting to see, because I mean, this stock has been beaten down for quite some time, together with all the other Chinese equities. And once these stimulus come to implementation right now in Q4, then like I said, it's going to be lights out. We are going to see some good gains of the Chinese equities like NIO. And I just wish we, even if as the Q4 unfolds, we get the progress of how far China is when it comes to implementing this big stimulus which they announced 2 weeks ago. Otherwise, with all that, I just thought I'd just give you this quick update. Tell me what you think about this. I think this is massive. This is bullish, and those that are investing onto EV stocks like NIO will definitely get paid off, because not only will these stocks be getting stimulus, or will be getting help in terms of the share price from the stimulus, but they are also themselves getting the confidence, or giving investors confidence, because of the fundamentals they've been accumulating recently, which is something that is just incredible, so amazing, and it will really validate even the share price rallying or rising, surging because of the stimulus. Otherwise, that's all from me. Do your own DD, and God bless you all.